And the first email today is coming to us from one of our Patreon supporters, Dan Ketchum. First of all, thanks for being a Patreon supporter, Dan. Okay. We now have a release date for The Batman, Reeves said. Reeves said the following: Warner believes that they don't have to try to develop a giant slate that has to have all the plans for now. It's going to connect. What they need to try and do is make good movies with these characters. Awesome. But if we are getting young Detective Batman, how can they ever tie things together? Won't they need yet another actor to play a geezer Batman someday for Justice League Redux? All right, thanks a lot for the email, Dan. And that is a question that's been coming up a lot lately. Ever since, they announced that they finally made it official, Ben Affleck is not going to be Batman. They're getting somebody else, probably going to go younger. There are a few assumptions going around out there that may be true, but nobody's ever said they're the fact. Number one, people are assuming because it's a younger Batman, that means this is going to be set back in time. That this is a Batman movie that will be set in the 90s. Or be set in, the early 2000s, or maybe even the late 80s, however far back they want to go and however young they want to make Batman. But nobody has ever said they're going backwards. But John, you may rightfully say, if they're going with the younger Batman, how can you not go back in time? Simply, they don't care. I'm not saying they're not going to do the Batman with Matt Reeves set back in time a bit. I'm not saying they're not going to do it, but there's been nothing to say that they are. And how do you do a younger Batman if you don't set it back in time? Simple. By adopting the tried and true Fox philosophy when it came to their X-Men universe. Continuity, schmontinuity. Who cares? Who cares that this movie doesn't line up with what we did in a previous movie? Who cares? Do you know how many continuity problems there are in the X-Men universe? And they never cared. They never cared. All they cared about was making really good, solid movies. That's all they cared about. So whoever they have come along and take on the cape and cowl, they don't necessarily have to care that it's a younger one and say, well, wait a minute, that doesn't line up with Justice League. It doesn't matter. They're kind of soft rebooting this whole thing anyway. Now, again, let me be very clear. John Campea is not saying that the Matt Reeves Batman is taking place in the modern era. I'm not saying that. I'm simply saying there's nothing right now officially suggesting that it's not going to be that. They could have a younger Batman and just say, that's what Batman is. Deal with it. Just like Fox went, wait a minute. Liev Schreiber isn't Sabretooth. Tyler Mane is Sabretooth in this universe. You know what Fox said? Deal with it. Liev Schreiber is our Sabretooth now. By the way, despite the fact that movie was terrible, Liev Schreiber was an awesome Sabretooth. I would watch another Sabretooth movie with Liev Schreiber as Sabretooth. I'm just saying. But, they go, wait a minute. Professor X died in that last X-Men. How is he back? You know what Fox's response is? Who cares? Deal with it. This is your Professor X now. This is your Sabretooth now. I'm the captain now. That's what their thing is. And Warner Brothers may just adopt that whole thing. They may just adopt that whole thing and just go, you know what? This is Batman. But in the other movies, shh, 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 quiet, shh, shh. This is Batman now. That's what they might do. Again, I'm not saying that's what they will. I'm not saying that's what they should. I'm just saying that is an option that is on the table. Because clearly Walter Hamada is rejigging everything here. And it may just be that we're going to get a new Batman that is a younger Batman, and we're just saying that's Batman, ladies and gentlemen. This has always been our Batman. No, it hasn't. Shh. Yes, it has. It's been our Batman the whole time. These are not the droids you're looking for. Batman was never in his 40s. He's always been 30. No, he wasn't. Shh. I mean, that's kind of what Warner Brothers is saying to us. And maybe they will. Is it the right thing to do? Well, I don't know. It's up for debate, I guess. But can it work? Yeah, Fox has already proven it works. It may not work, but Fox has already proven it can work to say the great words continuity, schmontinuity, and the power of Shazam comes down and wipes everything clean. So honestly, right now, I don't know what their plan is. For all I know, maybe they will it would make sense, I guess, to set this Batman movie in like 1998 or something like that, and it's the younger Batman. Remember, guys, I keep telling you this, there is still one film left on Ben Affleck's contract. There is still one. And Warner Brothers could choose to execute that one remaining film in his contract to maybe pop up in a Harley Quinn movie, maybe pop up in James Gunn's Suicide Squad 2, maybe do something to wrap that up later. I don't know. Probably not, but there is that one film left on his contract. He could still pop up somewhere. Oh, we know he's not going to be in Batman. So, yeah, I mean, really, at this point, Dan, I'm not sure how they're going to reconcile the previous films with a younger Batman now, other than to say is, I don't really think it's that big of a deal. It's the movies. It's the movies about people in spandex with superpowers who fly around and go, save the day. So whether or not this new movie lines up in continuity with the other movies, I really don't think it's that big of a deal. And we'll just see how they handle it. Maybe they'll handle it where it's perfectly connected. Maybe they won't. We'll have to kind of just wait and find out for sure. But hey, look, whatever. Matt Reeves is going to make a really good, enjoyable movie. And right now, as a film fan, that's all I really care about. I wanted to make a really good, enjoyable movie.